Hey everybody, it's Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game called Via Nebula. Via Nebula is a game from Martin Wallace and produced by Space Cowboys. Plays 2 to 4 players in about 60 minutes, ages 12 and up. I'm terrible with ages, but the rest of it seems accurate. The time is probably pretty accurate. And what you're doing in this is you are taking on the role of a different, group of people, and you're trying to settle Nebula. And you're going to be doing that by building some networks. You're trying to get rid of the fog, make some meadows, and you're trying to build buildings, collect resources to score points. It feels like a Martin Wallace game, but it also feels more welcoming and family friendly. So let's go down to the table, check it out. All right, so here's a game of Via Nebula, all set up for 2 players. To set up, you're gonna pick a side of the board. I think I've picked the easy side. I don't know, I just grabbed a side. There's 2 sides, they're gonna be a different layout, whatever side you wanna play. And then what you're going to do is you're going to give each player a player board depending on the player count. If it's a 2-player game, it's going to be this side that has the 2 dots here. And you're also going to have 3 craftsmen, full hex building tiles, and you're going to have more exploration tiles than a 2-player game. But in a 3-player game, you'd use the back. Then you're going to give each player 2 secret goal cards. So in this case, I have Quiet Town and Secret Plan. Blue player is going to have a couple of their own. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put out these exploitation tokens right here onto the board in all of the empty meadow spaces, not the void spaces, not the building spaces, and not any of the foggy spaces. Then any tile that doesn't have a point value on it will get the goods placed directly on the board. Those are the neutral exploitation locations. And in a 2-player game, the number here is going to be reduced by 1. So when we go exploit this area, it's going to be 1 less than what's actually showing. And when you collect this token, we'll get into that, it's going to give you points. Then you're going to shuffle the community goals or public goals cards, flip 4, and you're going to have the in-game goal right there that you're going to achieve if you're the first player to build 5 buildings, because that triggers the end of the game. All right, so let's talk about what we're going to do in this game. In this game, what you're trying to do is you're trying to build a network from resources to building sites, which are these locations right here with the wooden places set up. And the way you're going to be doing that is by taking 1 of 6 actions on your turn. You get 2 action points. Each action costs a certain amount of time. You can see the time here. So everything except building on the petrified forest costs 1 time. So for example, 1 action I could do is I could take a craftsman, these little workers here. I could go to an exploitation space, take the tile. I now get 1 point, and then I would put that many stone on this space. Those are resources that are now active for everybody to use if they have a network. But my worker or my craftsman stays here until all these resources are gone. So I'm effectively opening up locations, but I'm limiting how many more locations I can open up until this gets depleted. So that's 1 action you can do. The next action you can do is you can put down a building site. The way that works is anywhere that there's these wooden building spaces, I could put down one of these. So I could throw one right there if I want to. That's an action. Next action I could do, I'll leave that there. Next action I can do is I can put a meadow down. Any of the fog spaces cost 1. So this will be 1 space right here, 1 space. The only stipulation is it has to be coming from either one of your colored pieces, so a worker, a building site, or directly connected to another meadow tile. Now, that's 1. If I wanted to build on the petrified forest right here, I could pay 2 actions. That's my whole entire turn. But I now have a direct access. If I made some pigs, the pigs would have direct access to my building location. So there's that. Third thing I can do, or the next thing I can do, not third thing, it's actually the 5th thing, is I can move resources to my building site. So let's say I built here, okay, and I have this. As an action, I could take 1 of these wheat or hay or whatever it's called. What is it? Wheat, and we're going to run it over here onto my building. And that's now a resource that I have access to. The last thing I can do for 1 action is if I have appropriate resources, say if I had a wheat, a stone, and a brick, I can take those resources off, put that backward there so I don't mess it up. And then I can take one of my buildings, take my building tile back, and put my building there. Then I'm going to complete this gold card, and I'm going to get to do the special ability at the bottom. And this is now 3 points at the end of the game. I'll just tuck it under my board somewhere so we can see that. And those are all the actions. If you ever build, so say I would have built this card, and I had this, and a pig. I don't need a pig. So when I build this, all these resources that I need go back to the supply. But the pig, because I didn't need it, will go into my overflow here, and it's going to be a negative 1 point. I wasn't as efficient as building as I should have been, and that cost me points. And that is a crux of the building game. So that's effectively everything. Let's go ahead and get playing. So brown player will go first. I think what I want to do is I'm going to get a building tile out because that always is good. So for my first action, I'm going to go here, build a building tile. And then what I want to do is I'll build a meadow tile right to here. Okay, so that is my 2 actions. I put a building tile out. All right, what are they called? Building site tile, and a meadow. Done. Now it's that player's turn. They want to, I think they're just going to open up some stuff. So they want to go here. They see me building over here, so they're going to come over here, and they're going to do some stone. So they'll put their worker there. They take this token. It's worth 2 points. It says a 4 on it, so we're going to put 3 stone down. They've now exploited some land. You've gotten 2 points. You can put that face down. And then for their second action, they want to, they're going to piggyback on the building. They want to build as well, but they're going to build over here. And that's their turn. All right, now back to me. For my first action, I want to take a what's the actual term? Wood, slide it over here, put it on my building site. So that's one action. For the next action, I think I want to put down a tile here so I can now have a network to the wood or the stone. All right, that was my second turn. And when you put down these tiles, you always have to go from left to right because when you unlock a whole pile, you're going to get 2 points. All right, then it's the next player's turn. They want to. I think they're going to just put a couple tiles down. So they're going to do this and this. So that's their 2 actions. They put down 2 meadow tiles. All right. So now for my turn again. For my next turn, I'm going to take a stone, slide it over here. And then I want to bring in, what do I need here? We need some pigs that are close. There are no pigs close anywhere. That's rough. All right, so let's do brick. Yeah, I'll exploit this brick here. So I take this, it's a 4, put 3 brick down in a 2-player game. And now I have 2 points. So that's my second action. I moved a good and I exploited. All right, back to the blue player. They want to, they're going to do this. They're going to take some brick that I just put in because there's a network, and they're going to take some stone. All right, that was their turn. Back to me. Man, I can't get the brick to me, which stinks. I need a brick. I need a brick. Okay, so for my turn, I'm going to do this. 2 actions. I want to cover a petrified forest. Done. Back to blue. They need a pig. Can they get a pig? That they don't have to exploit. Ugh. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Everything needs pig. All right, so they're going to go ahead and exploit some pigs. They will exploit these pigs right here. So they'll get 1 point. There's 3 on the number, so they'll get 2 pigs in the pig farm. That's one action. And then I think they want to come down and bring some wood down to their tile. All right, so I need to remember that I'm doing that next turn. Okay. Nope, not doing that yet. Just kidding. All right, back to me. Now, I got a pig here. I need to get the brick. So I need a brick. So I'm going to take a brick, slide over here. Then I am going to complete a card. So I've completed this card. I have wood, brick, and stone. That's what I need. They go back to the supply. I remove my tile. It comes back. Then I put my first building down. Right there. And now, secret plan. I get 3 points, and I draw the top card of the draw pile and add it to my hand. And it becomes a plan that only I can make. So I have a caravan. That's my card only. And then this will just go down here as points. So that was my 2 actions. All right, back to blue. They need... What do they need? They have stone, brick, and wood. This is not good for them. That was a mistake. That's fine. All right, we're just going to show you some other stuff. I need some wheat now. We need to exploit some wheat up in this piece. So they're going to go here. They're going to exploit this wheat here. So that's a 4, but it's going to be 3 in a 2-player game. So that's 1. Then for their second action, ooh, that's tricky. That is tricky. They're not going to do anything with that right now. They want to put down a building site right here. Okay. That's their second. Now for my next turn, I want to try to get some pigs to something. So let's do... I'm going to go up here, put a building site here. And then I'm going to put a meadow down. I'm going to try to get over to some of these pigs here. I can't. This is rough. Maybe I don't want to build. Let's build here instead. And then I'm going to go here. Oh, I can't. I'll go there. So that's 2. Put a building site down and a meadow tile. Next player's turn. They want to get some wheat down. So they're going to spend both their actions and they're going to cover this petrified forest right here. And that's their turn. Okay. Back to me. I'm going to exploit these piggies. So that'll be 3 pigs. It gets 2 pigs. That's 1. And then for an action, I'm going to bring a pig over to my building site. All right. Back to blue. They're going to move this down here all the way, and they're going to do a build. They want to build this. So that costs them a wood, a stone, and a wheat. They have leftover brick, so it comes down there. And they are building that card, and they get to do a shortcut, which means they remove the 2 leftmost meadow tiles from their guild board. So they just basically emptied out some of their player board to score some points. Then that's 3 points, goes down here at the bottom. And that was their turn. But I gotta build their building. So we will go here, building setup. All right, sweet. Back to me. Let's see. What do I need these pigs for? Oh yeah, now I need a stone. Now I need a stone. Can we get some stone? Can we get some stone? Not easily. Not easily. So maybe we won't go that route. I need some wood. Yeah, okay, let's go here. I'm going to exploit some wood. So that's 4, gives me 2 points, so it's going to get 3 wood. That's 1 action. Then for my next action, I will build a meadow tile. Right here. Okay. Back to the blue player. They want to... They're going to build a tile down because that's going to give them a nice network for wheat, wood, stone, and brick, which is really good actually. So there's no pigs. I can't get pigs yet. So they want to go ahead and move this last brick over to here because there's a complete network, but I get my guy back, which is pretty awesome. And now that's empty. I like to put these tiles down to know that that's an empty space. All right, that's their turn. So then... it's my turn. I'm going to spend my turn putting out a whole tile on petrified forest. So I'm done. Back to blue. They want to move in a brick. They'll move in a wheat. And they'll move in a stone, wood. Done. Back to me. I'm going to go in and I'm going to bring in this. So 1, 2. I'm going to complete this public goal here. Make a distillery. It costs a pig and a wood. That's what I had. This comes off. Build a building. And then take one additional action. So I get one extra action now that I can do something with. So let's see. What do I want to do? Let's build a build site right there. All right, done. Back to blue. They need to get a pig. So they need, oh, this should have been refilled too. All right, so they need a pig, and then they'll have everything. A pig can get there, so they're going to send the pig over here. That's one. Then they're going to complete this one. It will be a wood, a wheat, a pig, and a brick. And they'll get rid of that. Get a building. And they are going to swap one of their resources with one from the general reserve. They don't have any resources out on anything, so they can't use that ability. But they get 4 points, which is nice. All right, I'll do one more round, and then we'll call it a night. So let's see. I want to do this. I'm going to go here. This should have also been refilled. I'm real bad at refilling the stuff. And then what I want to do is I'm going to bring in a pig to that big build site, which will give me my person back, my craftsman. All right, and then this will come there just so we know. And then blue will take one more turn. They want to... Man, there's no good build sites now, though. I snagged most of them. They want to build over a build site over here. And then they're going to do a meadow this way. I'm actually going to do another round because I want to. So back to me. That's a pig. What do I need? Pig, wood, brick. Pig, wood, brick. Or pig, wood. Yeah, both. All right, so I got a pig. Now I'm going to bring in some wood. So there's some wood. Then what I want to do is I'm going to exploit some brick. So I'm going to send my guy out here, my craftsman. He's going to come here. 3 brick, but I'll get 2 brick. That's my second action. Back to blue. Blue wants to put out a tile on the petrified forest. That's their whole turn. I'm going to keep going. I'm having a good time. Now I'm going to, that actually is helpful. So I'm going to bring down the brick to my space. And I'm going to complete this one, Quiet Town. It's worth 4. It's a brick, a pig, and a wood. No special ability, but I got to put a building down. So that's building number 3, and that was terrible. All right, so that was my 2 actions. Back to blue. Blue is now, what's their second special goal here? They need brick, wheat, and stone. So they will go with the brick here. I get my old craftsman back. And they will do wheat. They'll bring the wheat in. So that's 2. All right, and that's how you're going to keep going. You're going to play till someone's built all 5 buildings. When they do that, they will get this extra 2-point card. Everyone else gets 1 additional turn, then you're going to count up your points. So you're going to get points for all these showing, all the points on your cards here, all the points on these tokens, and any resource you have here at the end of the game will be negative points. Let's talk about that a little bit. So you can look around, you can see if the game ended right now, my brown craftsman is with 1 wood. Wherever you have a craftsman that's with some resources at the end of the game, or a building site that has resources at the end of the game, they're going to come down here. So if this was the end of the game, I would get this one, blue would get this one, this, and these 2. And they would all go down here. And those would be negative points. I would get -1, they would get -6. So you want to make sure that you're being efficient with your workers, your craftsmen, in collecting resources, because it's going to cost you a pile of points if you're not. And then whoever has the most points after all that is the winner. That's how you play Via Nebula. Let's go up the top, see what they think about it. All right, well, that was Via Nebula. First off, this is the first Martin Wallace game I've ever covered on the channel, and that's sad, because I love Martin Wallace, or as I affectionately call him, Marty Wallace. And it felt like time. It felt like time. But I will say, this is also going to be different because look at this art. This art is gorgeous. The art on this game is incredible. The player boards look really nice. Everything looks really nice there. That's fantastic art. The map, which you saw a little bit on the table, like it has colors. It's not just brown and tan. It has wooden bits that are not cubes. Custom wooden bits. I don't know how well you can see that. I don't want stuff to fall out, but custom wooden bits. Cute little pig meeples. No poverty. It's Martin Wallace, but I'm confused because it doesn't look like a Martin Wallace game. Now, that's the production. The production is fantastic. I love everything about the production. No complaints. Now let's talk about the gameplay. So this game is a network building game. You're trying to build networks. Think of train routes to get resources from where they're being produced to your building site so you can build a building. So this is going to feel similar to some of his other games like Brass, Australia, which I haven't played, but I've watched some stuff. It looks kind of similar. But this is going to do it in a more easy to teach, entry level, gateway plus type of game that most people can play. I would say, and I was watching Rado, so I stole this from him. If you've played Ticket to Ride or Carcassonne, this would be a game that you could probably bring out, explain how it works, and people will be able to grasp onto it pretty easy. Everyone understands what a network is, or a route, or a line. And you need to say, hey, this resource is here, your building site is here, you have to have a supply chain to get resources to your building site. Done. This one does, the action point selection is really interesting. Everything costs 1, except that you're building on the petrified forest, that costs 2. You get 2 actions on your turn. Sometimes you can get a bonus action if you can complete some contracts. It's fantastic. Building buildings, fulfilling contracts, trying to be the first to get the 5 buildings. It feels familiar, but yet it feels different at the same time, and I appreciate that. So I enjoy this game a lot. I'm a big Martin Wallace fan. I'm a big fan of this. So I'm going to give this a BGM accepted seal. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10 on BGG, which is a 4 out of 5 wrenches on an arbitrary wrench scale that means absolutely nothing. But we like to give it the games that we enjoy, and that's what I'm going to do. So that's Via Nebula from Martin Wallace and Space Cowboys. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics. And as always, keep gaming.